Hi, Mark here. Thursday, May the 7th, 7:40 a.m. Eastern, 11:40 a.m. GMT, US session about to get underway. Let's look at how the market's shaping up. US dollar down again today. Index resistance 97.92, support 97.66. Yesterday, fight back in the US session after a strong sell-off early. Today we've got that same strong sell-off early. We'll see whether this can continue, whether selling continues, and this stubborn support at 97.67 does get broken and maintained below, or if we're going to see what we have seen before, US dollar fighting back when the US session gets underway, bouncing up off support and looking back up at resistance, sitting at 97.92, just under that 98 level. But so far, weak US dollar to start the day. Let's have a look at S&P 500. We're looking at the futures market for now. Wall Street opens up in just over an hour and a half. And there you see the demand for US equities, particularly the S&P, continuing again today. I've got support at 7,376 and a new record high at 7,412. We'll see whether that continues, the demand for US equities, and these record high levels are maintained or even added to, or if we get a turnaround, a bounce down, and sellers do step in. But this very strong uptrend, which started at the beginning of April, certainly still in place. Gold continuing its strong run. Third consecutive day, higher highs, higher lows since 4,500 support was hit 3 days ago. Strong bounce up of that support. We're now sitting at resistance 4,753. I've got support at 4,683. Inverse relationship. We saw weak US dollar, strong gold. We'll see if that continues. Safe haven status certainly coming into play again, and we'll see whether these levels are maintained, broken. 4,800, the next upside level for now. If sellers step in, they'll be looking to come back down below the 4,700 mark. Brent oil. We're seeing lots of optimism here. Look at this over the last 3 days, from being as high as $114, now testing $97 on the downside, noticeably under the $100 mark. That's based on the potential of a deal, a settlement being reached between US and Iran. We'll see if that plays out and continues. This based for now on the optimism, but definitely has been sold off and sitting below that 100 mark. Resistance at 102.61. Like I said, the support being tested at 97.48. We'll see whether that does continue. Positive news, optimistic news. EMAs have crossed to the downside as well. And the support level being tested right now going into the US session. If there's going to be a bounce, first level on the upside, we'll get back above 100 and then resistance at 102.61. But for now, certainly seeing the oil, a relief in the oil price, and has been sold off. Bitcoin struggling to maintain at the highs we saw yesterday. Small red candlestick for now. I've got resistance at 81,690. I've got support at 80,520. Roughly a just over $1,000 range for now. We'll see whether sellers do get below this level and whether this retracement builds into anything more than that, maybe a slight reversal, some profit taking even, or if buyers do step in again. We've seen a really strong run since the support down here at 74.5, almost 75,000, now sitting at over 80,000, and significant that it has maintained above 80,000 so far, even with the slight push lower. Buyers will be looking at this resistance at 81,600, looking high at 82 and 83,000 on the upside. Good trading, keep that discipline, and I'll see you at end of day.